Welcome back to the Vale of Rheidol for another March update video. We are rapidly moving through the year. Before we know it, we'll be running trains again, which happens on the 28th of March, by the way. We thought we'd have a bit of an update. There's plenty going on. First update is that we are award-winning. We have been to the Heritage Railway Awards last weekend, and we're very pleased to be given the award for Achievement of the Year, which is for Collection X. Not only did we get this, but we also had recognition from the Heritage Railway magazine, and thanks to Robin Jones and Owen Hayward for basically putting us together for their own interpretation award. And that was also for Collection X and the narrow gauge enigma book, which Ioan had a fair bit to do with. So it's very nice to be recognised for that efforts, and we had a very good time. We also were runners-up for the Railway of Year award, but congratulations to Tamfield Railway, who had a really good year, so all credit to them, but we were very pleased to be nominated and given highly commended as well. So that's all good stuff. Collection X has pretty much dominated the winter that we've just had, and Ioan's been involved in some of that, and it's all here.
Yeah, at long last, everything has actually arrived. So whether it's in Aberystwyth or Capel Bangor or in between, it's all here. So that's one huge project that we can sort of, well, one phase of the project,
yes,
isn't it?
It's not certainly finished yet, but it's all here, and it's all under cover.
Yeah.
I think.
Pretty much most of it.
I think it's most of it's under cover.
Yeah.
There's a few more bits to come. And now we, as in the raw we start how we interpret a lot of that and how we...
Because obviously, as you all probably already know, there's not enough room in this museum for everything. So some of the best looking examples, fit nicely in here, but we are looking at ways of making the rest of it accessible as well, whether that's in Capel Bangor or wherever, so that people can also enjoy that as well. It's not just going to be locked up forever. We are looking at ways to make the whole collection accessible through various means of interpretation. So that's to come as well.
I think realistically that's going to be end of this year or start of next year. Mm-hmm. But if you are interested, the best way to find out is...
get the book.
Just on cue.
I got that right.
So that's all Collection X, and it is great to have it all here. And Surrey is now empty and being disposed of, and that's an end of a chapter, a big part of Peter's life. Very good to know that one of the locos is staying there as a commemoration of Peter's efforts. So that's a nice way to do that.
There'll always be a piece of him there in a way, which is nice, isn't it? Yeah.
I think we will cover off at a later date what's happened to all the locos that didn't come to us, because I think there's been some interesting examples of where they've gone somewhere else, because if they haven't come here, they've gone somewhere else for a good reason. Yeah. Because they're going to be looked after and restored.
Rather than just hoard everything. Yeah. Some things that fit in well with the agendas of what other railways are doing, we thought it would be better to actually offer them to said other railways. Yeah. So we can do a video on those at some point in the future as well.
Which is a nice segue into other loco movements, because
there's a big old gap right there.
You'll notice there is a big gap in our museum, which was occupied until last week by Duke Dog, which has been amazing to have here. But something's coming.
Yep, something even bigger, would you believe it? Unless you already know. And that will be Hinton Manor. So that'll be arriving later this week.
Yeah. So hopefully this video will be out before that, because we could do another video on it arriving. And we have hopes that we're going to track it coming over the hill. Yeah. Quite a big project to move these locos of that size. They need a movement order, so it's not something that just happens very quickly. It's a lot of thought. Alley's and bringing it on a very big trailer, so that's interesting. But that will be here, and another good reason for visiting the museum. Yep,
another Aberystwyth. Another old friend of Aberystwyth Shed, isn't it? Yeah. So it'll be back here after 40, 50 years. Sure. So yeah, that'll be very exciting.
So it was never based here? Based in Mac?
I think so. Yeah.
But regularly ran the camera
in and out on that side.
Yeah. So I think we've got some lovely photos of it being used, which we can overlay into this video now, can't we?
See if I can find them.
Yeah, I think we've got those. David Mitchell from Tallaslyn has sent some over, so that's really
brilliant. Good.
That's good. So that's a big change, which is another segue onto interpretation. And we'll go somewhere else to look at that now.
Absolutely.
Right, moving on to interpretation then. You've done a bit of work.
A little bit. And it's been absolutely brilliant as well, because this is the first time we've had Vale of Rheidol history in the museum here. Up until now, it's been Collection X, obviously, which rightly remains, but we've been able to have a lot more of the history of the Vale of Rheidol and Aberystwyth as a town into the museum as well now. So over the winter, I've been writing all these different boards. Some of them are wall mounted, some of them are like this one, on wheels in the middle, basically telling the story of the Vale of Rheidol from, you know, the establishment of Aberystwyth as a town, hundreds of years before the railway was thought of, right up until the present day. So it gives a nice kind of general background.
So we've got some nice timelines.
Yes.
And we've got information boards, but we've also got then interactive stuff for the younger of us at heart. Some colouring sheets, some I Spy type things.
Yeah, and little hunting trail thing, little treasure hunts.
Yeah. So we've it's only just been live, but over half term we had kids running around the place like we've never seen before with crayons, which is always a bit of a risk, but it's great to see the museum being used and enjoyed and people spending more time here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then there's your particular favourite, which is the how to build a steam loco, because you are still learning.
I know, yeah. I've only been firing for 10 years now, so I do need to work on my jigsaw.
Yeah. So that's good fun. So it's great. And also every loco then has got a information panel, which pretty much shows it a picture of it in its place and its time.
Yeah, a little contextual historical picture with some specifications and a little brief about what the engine is, what it's all about. So it's every item has its own little board, as you say. So we've got the general history and we've got the specific history as well.
And all yn Cymraeg.
Yes, and all dwyieithog. Yep, we've got everything is bilingual.
Cool. Okay, shall we? Come and look at the museum, because it is completely different now. Shall we go to the workshop and have a look over there?
Let's do that.
Okay, up into the workshop, and there's something on stilts.
So this is the project I'm most personally interested in, because as a historian I've been reading about these engines burning oil for many years, but have very few memories of them. So number 9 here is being converted back to oil after many years on coal. Because of the increased likelihood of dry summers going ahead. So through having 3 coal burning engines and 1 oil burning engine, we've got the flexibility then during droughts to have a no fire risk steam engine out there on the line. So it's a very good backup alternative.
And the good thing is, as soon as we decided to do this, it started raining.
And it hasn't
stopped. So this is like sun insurance.
Yes.
So this is really critical to the whole climate.
Yes, it is indeed. Yeah, we have the flexibility now. Whatever the weather chucks at us, we can adapt.
So we're still starting the process, but there are some visual clues.
So instead of the coal bunker here, in the coal bunker, we now have one of the 2 oil tanks. So the fuel is still stored in the same place, and the coal hatch is actually still there. It won't be used for that anymore, but a tank on either side, and then the rest of the work is mainly going on underneath there, under the firebox.
Ash pan's gone.
Yep, ash pan's gone.
Okay, gone. And we've got the, what do you call it?
The pan plates. There's ready to go in.
Yeah. So I think we'll do a far more in-depth look at this on another video with Ted, probably, and people that know about it, not Ioan and I.
Speak to the guy in charge. Yeah, it'd be interesting.
But this is well underway and should be ready this spring.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Other things happening. We'll come on to my carriage in a minute, but Typhoon is progressing still. I think that's moving ahead.
Yes.
And that will be outshot this year, not quite sure. The Berkeley has come out from its hiding place. It's now got a new livery, which looks absolutely very good. But yeah,
this fits in very well with the rest of the diesel fleet.
Let's go and have a look at the carriage.
This is looking beautiful.
This is this exciting part of this video, because this is my new carriage, which has been built here over the last few months and is obviously nearing completion. Now, we did think about leaving it open like this, so we could, and Simon's just said we can have grab handles like London Underground, but we have got some seats going in, which will be in the paint shop in a minute. We'll cut to that as well.
Is it going to be like a centre aisle or down one side?
So we stagger it at the BMR. We have a through, you can walk right way through. But it's also having a disabled area this end, because that. It's a bigger balcony to allow disabled access. The doors will be sliding doors, not automatic, but manually sliding, so there's no... but it's going to be amazing. So this will be glazed ends, and this will be open, so that's where you've got the bar, so you can enjoy the lovely Merthyr Tydfil weather, which is mildly moist at times. Yeah. But as we know here, even on the wettest days, people still
go for it.
Being in these sort of carriages because they can smell the steam and see the view and hear the engine work.
It's all the atmosphere, isn't it?
Yeah. So there's a lot going for them, and this will give us a lot more capacity, because in August last year we were at 97% capacity, so we're just turning people away, which is never a good thing for a heritage railway. So yeah, this is looking absolutely amazing, and we expect it to be outshopped end of March, early April. So certainly be in place for the May peak.
Yeah. So this will be the 5th carriage for the set at Brecon. Yep.
Yeah. So it takes our capacity to about 185 per train rather than 150, 160. So yeah, it makes a big difference. But yeah, looks great.
Will it be much harder work for the engines, or are they?
Yeah, so number one might struggle a bit. Number two will eat it for breakfast. It's not a big effort, and we'll only use it probably. Well, we might put it in the set on normal days, so you've got that option. But then for peak, when you've got all the set out, then number two will do that. Pull that. Yeah, really good.
Oh, that's lovely.
I think that pretty much wraps up today's update. It was quick whistle-stop tour, so thanks for joining us. As I said, services start
28th of March.
28th of March. Already at the BMR, we're running weekends, and really successful last weekend. So if you've got to get our steam fixed before 28th of March, come to the Brecon Mountain Railway and have a ride with us. But yeah, we're looking forward to that. And before we know it, we'll be back running trains.
Absolutely. And more updates to come soon.